Okay, so let's go to our textures folder, and I'm going to just drag this along a little bit, and I'm just going to draw up a random texture onto here, some boards. I'm going to go ahead and tap Shift Q, which gives this object a material for the texture, and you'll see the little texture icon appeared once I press that. And I'm going to switch the viewport shading to texture so we can see the effects. So we have boards 10 up here highlighted, and make sure that the material icon is selected here. Most of your settings for your textures when you're using an image are going to be under influence. Most of the interesting things going on are here. So to use normal mapping, or bump mapping as it's sometimes referred, we click on this under geometry. So our initial effects don't look super fantastic, but we can adjust the depth of the kind of the faux lighting effect, which gives it the appearance of additional 3D. We can make it go inward or outward like this. We can also change the quality of the mapping and bring that up to like a medium quality, and we can also change the type of space, the lighting source from which it's referencing, which will have an effect too. So as you can see, that makes the wood look a bit more grainy and engraved, a little more realistic. So let's go ahead here and drop a different texture onto here, maybe this building texture. And well, we can't actually see it because we're in texture mode, but as soon as I tap Shift Q, we'll now see that new building texture. So in this texture, we've got a lot of bricks and so forth. So if we click on normal under geometry, we can change this until we get a little more subtle of an effect here. And change that from low quality up to best quality there. Now, some of these settings under influence are really become a lot more relative when you're not using an image type of texture, but a procedural texture, which is like a kind of a math generated kind of surface as opposed to using a predefined image. If we have the normal geometry turned on, we can actually turn the color entirely off so that we're only seeing the kind of embossed, raised, or relief of the normal mapping. And this becomes really cool also when you get into texture painting. You can actually use the kind of bump mapping from one texture and then add another texture in there to paint over. And you can have some really neat effects.